Hey guys, this is Bruce here with the Aquarium Life, and today I'm going to show you how we do routine maintenance on an aquarium. Alright, let's jump right into this. Before we do any maintenance, I always like to go through and do a comprehensive inspection. We've got our UV sterilizer right there. We're going to inspect that, make sure the light's working, refugium. We want to check out our bulkheads, make sure that there's no leaking from the bulkheads. The filter sock's going to need to be replaced. The protein skimmer is going to need to be cleaned out. We want to make sure the pump's working okay on that. The return pump and plumbing, we're going to go over that, make sure there's no leaks, make sure that the return pump isn't making any abnormal noises. Very important, we want to inspect our livestock, make sure there's no abnormalities, no diseases going on, anything that would alarm us. Lighting, do a quick inspection of the lighting. The fish feeder, we want to make sure that that's working properly. Inspect our drains, look for any algae, any clogs, or any potential hazards there. And sorry, the first part of that video was so rushed. I was having trouble getting good steady footage of the components. I guess that's what you get for working alone and being your own cameraman, but hopefully I'll get better at that type of video work. Now we're moving on to testing the water. Obviously, this is one of the most important parts of doing any aquarium maintenance, is keeping tabs on all the essential water parameters. This tank, I'm going to be doing salinity, temperature, calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, my phosphates and nitrates. Not always taking a look at ammonia and nitrite. Typically, if everything's looking really good, these aren't even an issue. Different tanks, obviously we're going to test for different things as well. You can see there I've got a digital refractometer, that Milwaukee model right there. That thing has been really pretty accurate in my opinion. And here we go, just get a little bit of water on that lens there, and looks like our salinity is right where it should be. Also, while I'm just sitting here doing this testing, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for subscribing, and for all the support. I'm looking for any type of suggestions, anything that you guys would like to see a video on. This aquarium maintenance I do day in and day out, so I've seen a lot of different things, and I'd be happy to help answer any questions you'd have. I did this in fast motion, but still it seems like it's taken me a little while to get through all the tests here. Now, one thing I wanted to mention too while I'm finishing up this water testing is this particular aquarium is dialed in really well, and what I mean by that is that it's not getting excessive algae buildup. There's no nuisance algae on the rocks. The glass just has to be gone over once in a while I'm not servicing it, and a service every other week is completely adequate for it. Now, this is due to feeding the right amount, having the not having too much livestock for the volume of the tank, and also having adequate filtration. So to get to this point, it takes a little bit of patience, but definitely with some time and effort, you can get your aquarium to that point where you're just enjoying it. And I think that that's something worth mentioning. All right, so let's get started on the water change. Quick little trick here. Just dump the gravel back in the water, pick it up to get the gravity, get the gravity there on the siphon, put it back in, and that's it. We got our siphon started. Next, I'm going to move on to the protein skimmer. We're going to get the return pump shut off first. Yeah, the switch is kind of in a bad spot, but this is the way the tank was designed. And you can see, this is kind of where you can tell if your protein skimmer is working good. It should be a thick kind of a coffee sludge looking stuff. You shouldn't be like a light brown like an iced tea. Uh, that way you know that your skimmer's adjusted properly. Macroalgae, we want to get that purged as long as that's growing well. That needs to be thinned out, maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. But you want to keep up on that so it doesn't overgrow. It's also a really good treat for some of your fish, and usually I'll put a little bit of that back in once I'm done servicing the tank. Obviously, get the filter sock changed while the water's off. It's a lot easier to get the filter sock changed without a bunch of water splashing down through the drain. When I wash these filter socks out, typically I'll use just a little bit of bleach and run them through a washing machine. And let's get this. Let's get started cleaning the glass here. Obviously, I'm cutting a lot of this out for the sake of the video. Nobody wants to watch me clean glass for 30 minutes. Just checking on that level there. And this is something that adds a lot when I'm doing any kind of maintenance. I always go through the gravel, and I also like to clean that sand bed line. That really makes the tank pop if the sand is nice and white, including where it's visible down there by the line. And this tank has been set up for a long time. It does really good. This particular aquarium I'm servicing every other week, and it's really dialed in. I mean, the nitrates are typically pretty low, almost no phosphates, and calcium and alkalinity are typically pretty much on. All right, let's get this water change finished up. Putting the water back in usually takes about half the time as it does to drain it out. You can see I've got my water flow going on in there. Make sure that's not going to pop back out and make a big fat mess. Going to check the level in the sump there, get the return pump going. Apparently adjust my shirt and pants a number of times. And then I'm going to put that water down in the sump. The reason I like to do that is it just kind of takes the edge off of all that new water hitting the corals. It might be a few degrees off from the tank temperature. I think it's just a little bit safer. And then we're going to check our salinity, make sure that that matches up, and it looks like it did. And then just carefully watch the sump, get that filled back up to the appropriate line. Easy enough. And let's get this thing finished. Now you can see where I cut the power off right there. Now we need to reward our fish here with a little treat after we're done cleaning up. You notice that the tank's a little foggy. This is normal after doing water change and service. This will clear right up in about 30 minutes to an hour. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was a benefit to you. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. That helps me out tremendously. And we'll see you next time.